Okay. We are on 4.5. I know it's hard to see the title. Oh. Now, chapter 4, section 5 is if I have two lines that intersect and they're inequalities, so that means that they're shading, there's dotted line, there's solid line, where will they intersect? I want to do number 1 from warm up, and then we'll start, because on number 2, actually, maybe we'll do both. Both are really valuable. Okay, so number 1 on warm up. We need to distribute 2x minus 6 minus minus 5x is less than x take away 2. Like terms right here. 2x minus 5x. Negative 3x minus 6 is less than x minus 2. So, someone tell me what to do next. Someone that barely ever volunteers. I love that. You know how I love that. What do I do? Raising hand. Yes, thank you, sir. Sorry, what? Sure, this x right here. Great. Negative 4x minus 6 is less than negative 2. Okay. Next. Yeah. You do. Add 6. Negative 4x is less than 4. And, wow, this is taking a long time. It's okay. It'll just be like a super long video, I guess. Yes, Brandon. Divide by a negative 4. Ding, ding, ding. What happens when I divide by a negative? Flip the sign. X is greater than 1. Oh, sorry, negative 1. Good. We are going to do warm-up number 2 because these 2 questions are going to be on your final exam. So let's refresh our brains. I need to isolate my absolute value sign. Isolating it means the 4 is in the way. I got to get rid of the 4. What do I do? Ryan, add 4. So I'm isolating my, and good thing on the right-hand side, it's a positive number. If it were a negative number, I would have to say that this can't be solved. But since it's a whole positive 2, I'm going to split my absolute value. The left side stays the same, and the right side is negative after the equal sign. 2x minus 3 equals 2. 2x minus 3 equals negative 2. So I'm just now solving 2 normal equations. Add 3 both sides. Two x equals 5. Well, that's not going to be that exciting, but x equals 2.5. Or 5 halves. 2x equals 1. Divide by 2. With absolute value, you will always have two answers. All right, now we're getting into today's. All four of these are set up perfectly. In your homework tonight, you're going to have to change them to y equals mx plus b. Remember, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you flip the inequality. So, things that you need to know to be successful today. A less than or a greater than are a dotted line on the graph. A less than or equal to or greater than or equal to is a solid line on the graph. If you're doing less than or equal to, that's going to be below, under. If you're doing greater than, or the symbol says greater than or equal to, that's above. The shading is above or higher. This is the shading. So let's start. These should be fairly simple. They're all straightforward. Y equals mx plus b. Lucky us. So my slope is 1 over 1. My begin is negative 2. For my second one, my slope is negative 1 over 1. My slope is 1. And remember, the negative slope is a downhill line. So I'm going to go down 1 and right 1. Careful with that. Okay, begin at negative 2. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. This is my first line. I'll do it in pencil. Okay, first look at the line. Top equation. Out loud, you guys, is this solid or dotted? Dotted, you're right. It says greater than. Is that above or below? Greater than, is that above or below? Above. It's a dotted line with shading above. Please make the shading light because I might have to, wherever the shading overlaps, that's going to be my solution area. Second equation I'll do in purple. Begin at positive 1. See, this is my y-intercept. Down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. Downhill line. Is this solid or dotted? Solid. This shading says less than or equal to. Is that below or above? Less than or equal to. Is that below or below? So check this out. Where's below this slant? Is it, so we're looking at the purple. Here, I'll get 2 purple pens. Below, where's the shading? My left pen or my right pen? Below this line. Left. Yeah, those of you that have said that. Now, only shade what's in common. I don't need to shade over here because that's not in common with my pencil shading. Here is the common area. Make it dark. So it's this little triangle area. Right here. All this. And of course, it goes forever. Every ordered pair in this shaded, dark shaded area is a solution. If you want to test a point to make sure, you can. Part B. Part B. I'll do the top one in pencil. I'll do the bottom one in purple. And by the way, I might throw in a third equation too. I could do that. I'll do one on your homework that has 3 equations. Begin at 2. Rise down 1, run positive 1. Begin at 2. My slope for the top one is negative 1 over positive 1. Down 1, right 1. It's a downhill line. Reverse it, please. Go the opposite direction. It says greater than or equal to. Is that a solid line? And where's the shading? Those are the first question. Is the line solid or dotted? So tell me, is this line solid or dotted? Solid. Great. If you guys want rulers, you know where they are. In the green box. Is the shading above or below? It says greater than. Higher, above. Purple line. Begin at negative 2. Slope is downward. Ooh, they're parallel lines, you guys. Parallel. Is it a solid or dotted line? It just says less than. Dotted. And this says less than. What? Tell me what's going on, you guys. Where's the solution set? Where's the solution area? These are parallel lines. One shading is above, one shading is below. Where are they going to have a common shading? Do they have a common shading? Yes or no? No. This is a no solution. Because if there's no area in common, there's no ordered pairs in common. All right, let's just do C, and then I'll start doing a problem from homework. This first equation, by the way, basically says 2x plus 0. I'm also going to, hold on. I want to add in the third equation on this. I'll write it in just a second. Let's do the first two first. Okay. Begin at 0, rise 2, run 1. These are both dotted lines. This shading is less than the line, under the line, below the line. You know what? I'm going to make it absolutely perfect this time. This is how some people, so I'm going to do that. I have all sorts of fun highlighter colors, so. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I don't have fun highlighter colors. All right. Second equation. Ooh, y is blank -3. There's no x in this. If there's no x, it's either a horizontal line or a vertical line. So on the y-axis, go to -3. Is this going to be a solid or a dotted line? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it going to be horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. My line can't be the same direction as an axis. I couldn't even see it. This is a dotted line, horizontal. The shading says greater than. So it's like up here. Now I have one more equation to add in. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. I'm going to give you a third equation. Here we go. Y is less than or equal to -3/4 x plus 5. So I'm adding a third one in. Listen. Begin at 5. Go down 3 and then right 4. Down 3, right 4. And I'm going to go off the graph. I don't even have space for this. Down 3, right 4. This would be a solid line because it says less than or equal to. And it says less than. So I'm going to shade. Now, all three areas in common need to be like super dark. Ready? Tell me where all three areas collide. Where do they all overlap? Above the purple line, below this pencil line, below that pencil line. Do you all see how it makes this beautiful triangular shape? So this is like perfectly shading, where it's dark and bold. Every single ordered pair within this triangle is a solution. Only. Now the dotted lines, the ordered pairs on the dotted lines, those are not included. The ordered pairs on the solid lines, those are included. Okay. Let's look at your homework. Turn the page. Or, I'm sorry, get out the homework packet. It says 4.5 day 2, which I don't know why. Can we go to here, please? It's asking us to write what system. So please notice that there's 8 problems on the first page, and there are 2 problems on the back. I'm only going to have you do 1 through 10. So homework is 1 through 10. Homework is 1 through 10. But I specifically want to talk about 7 and 8 because we have not done this in today's lesson yet. Okay. So, here we go. I am given two lines and the shading. Let's first do this dotted line first. And yes, I realize it is hard to see. I'm going to say that my y-intercept is at 2. And my slope would be down 2 over 3, actually. Negative 2/3 x. I think in the future I need to make this a full page, don't I? Now, this downward line, the shading is below it. See how the shading is in here? It's like darker. And it's a dotted line. Less than. That's the downhill line. The uphill line has a y-intercept of negative 3. And here's how I'm counting the rise and run. The y-intercept, I'm going to rise to the origin and run to the x-intercept. 3, 3. Up 1 over 1. Up 3 over 3. 1 over 1. Up 3 over 3. 1 over 1. 1x minus 3. Now, this shading is greater than, and it's dotted. Greater than and dotted. Y is greater than, and I really don't need the 1, but, x minus 3. Okay. Let's try number 5 together, because it has 3 straight lines. Y is less than or equal to 7. On the y-axis, go to 7. It's going to be a solid line. And it says less than. Lightly shade less than solid. Lightly shade less than, because I don't know where my other shadings are going to be. Don't go crazy with your shading. You only make it dark, dark, dark at the end. So I finished my first equation. My second equation says x is greater than negative 2. On the x-axis, go to negative 2. Is it a vertical line or a horizontal line? X is greater than negative 2. Is that vertical or horizontal? Vertical at negative 2. Oh, but it's dotted, which is also hard to do, but just do your best. And the shading is greater than. Okay. This last equation says y is greater than or equal to x. This means this. Y is greater than or equal to 1x plus 0. That's what that means. That's actually the parent function of a straight line. Just this diagonal. The origin is my y-intercept. Oh no. I'm a teacher and I can't find a red pen. That's like unheard of. Impossible. All right. My origin, rise 1, run 1. You have to be super. It is a solid line. Where's my shading going to be on this one? Greater than or equal to. Above. Where's the only place that red, green, and purple collide? Do you guys see the area that they collide? What shape does it make? Where do red and green and purple collide? What shape does it make? Triangle. Right here. Okay. All right. So your job is 1 through 10 for homework. I will stop the video.